So I've lightly touched in the Ariel Poems by C.S. Lewis, by T.S. Eliot, beginning in 1927, The Journey of the Magi, in 1928, The Song of Simeon, and then we move on to Animulus, and then Marina. The fifth of the six poems is probably one of Eliot's most graphic and raw when it comes to militarism and the march of the military and the brutality of the military. And the Triumphal March it starts with almost Sturm and Drang and rock hard and images which are powerful, that moves very quickly into Eliot describing all the armaments in war and the guns and the aeroplanes and yet on the other hand, people are enamored by it. It's a festival. It's a military march. Mars is very, very much on the move, and all these people lining up, excited to see Mars, and those who are children and acolytes of Mars, marching on the streets and moving forward. It's a festive time. People genuflecting to Mars, excited about the march that's coming their way. And what then Eliot does, he describes actually the reality of what's occurring. This is 1931, so Eliot is sensing very clearly something is afoot, not only in Germany, of course, but increasingly so in England and in Europe. People are rearming because they see bit by bit what's about to occur. In the Triumphal March, it's part of a series of what Eliot was working on in terms of an old Roman story that he never really finished, a series of poems, but it dealt with the nature of the military and can it be trusted, and can you believe the rhetoric of the military and the relationship of the state and the military, religion, because he talks about a lot in this poem. They're going to the temple. The Vestal Virgins are going. All the little non-government groups like scouts and mayors, they all line up and they're part of this parade. They're cheering people on. And yet, where is peace in this? This Tolstoyan War and Peace. This is very much an image of war. So where is the dove in all of this? And then people just the sausages and enjoying themselves, and for them it's just a parade of generals and a whole range of the broader culture and civilization, which does not think beyond the trivia, which does not think beyond the parade, does not think about what a military is actually doing and how it works and its impact on people's lives and what it means to bow to Mars. And so this is set, interestingly, in an Advent season, the Advent cycle, because this is a period of time Christ is being born, period of time when the Roman military have colonized Palestine at the time. This is when the slaughter of the innocents, Mary, Joseph, Jesus, have to flee to Egypt. So what Eliot is doing, he's fast forwarding again and again between the past, the temple, the present, the nature of war, and Advent. He also throws in Easter, which is very interesting for an Advent poem, but in that sense he's fast forwarding to where all of this is going at Easter itself, the crucifixion of Christ and the disciples deserting him. So there is this tension between the dove of peace, has some affinities in some ways to Leonard Cohen's anthem, where he says, "Now the wars they will be fought again. The holy dove, she will be caught again, bought and sold and bought again. The dove is never free. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything." And that's how the light gets in. What you interestingly have is that in this poem, the Triumphal March, "O hidden," occurs again and again. "O hidden." This is where the dove's still point, Eliot is talking about the still point, which of course we get in four quartets, and the dove's wing, which is, and under the dove's wing, "O hidden," is the real reality, quite different from the Triumphal March. So the eyes we see will determine what we see. And in the Triumphal March, on the one hand, there's the empirical reality of what people are seeing, but what is hidden, "O hidden," is the deeper reality that is being crucified again and again, and how the dove is not being heeded, the dove of peace. The poem ends with 3 times, and anytime you get a 3 in any poem, oh, light, light, light. And so you have dove, light, playing again and again on the drums of the latter part of the poem, with the beginning with the eagles, all the eagles flying about, the trumpets are blaring, and so you get this noise, this military march, multiple eagles. And of course, eagle is the symbol of the Roman Empire, as it is of the American Empire as well. So this triumphal march, there's so much going on in it, but it's of the 6 Ariel poems. It feeds also into the difficulty of the statesman, which is the second poem that is part of a larger collection that Eliot was working on as the 1930s began to accelerate, and what was occurring in the 30s and the 1940s, of course, in Europe, that led to World War II. So the Triumphal March, how does it fit into Advent? Well, it really, again, works on war, power, and then the dove who's protected, and the crawling for light, light, and the hiddenness of light in the midst of the dominance of power and militarism, and how all sectors of society congeal around power and the brilliance and the appeal of the military state march, and yet it undermines and it negates that which is hidden and the light itself.